Right, okay, you're right. Welcome. This is your owner channel. So now, guys, I'm going to show the matriculants or people who are struggling with the consent form from NSFAS. So now I did make some video, but now I realized that the video I didn't actually record the voice. So I'm doing it again now. But now I want to be brief, I want to be quick. So you enter in the website of NSFAS website. From there you scroll down, then you will see where it says download consent form, or after filling in the information for application, you will get to a point where it says download the consent form so that you may fill in, and then from there you will upload it back on the website. But there is another alternative way where you can upload it on the NSFAS app. So which means you will have to download the NSFAS app and then upload your completed information to the NSFAS app. So what we're going to do now, we're going to try to help people who are staying far, who are staying in the farm, who are staying in rural areas, who are staying far away from internet cafe, whereas the internet cafe may cost them money for transportation. Maybe somebody is staying far, they may spend like over 50 rand or 100 rand for transportation to go to town. From town they will spend some money to print out the copy. From there they will now have to fill in the information and take it back to their parents or guardians to fill in and then sign. So which means it's another transport, and then they will go back to town. When they arrive to town, they will have to fax it, they will have to scan it to their emails, you see, which means now obviously when you scan a document, especially completed document, it's going to cost you from 10 rand, 15 rand, 20 rand. It depends on the internet cafe, but it's going to cost you above 10 rand. So now you're going to spend for your transportation, spend for your copy, printing copy, spend for your scanning, you see, spend again for your transportation. So now what we're going to do, we're going to try to save the money, save the time. So you download the consent form, then you view it on Microsoft 365, Microsoft Software 365. You download it and view it there. There are other software that you can use to edit and fill it in online, but now I'm going to show you this one, how you can do it on a Microsoft 365 to fill in the information. So this is the consent form. As you can see now, it is not yet filled in, it is still empty. Just downloaded the consent form. Remember guys, the closing date is on the 15th of February, so as soon as possible you must fill in and submit the consent form. So I'm going to just go briefly read through all the information, then from there we're going to fill in the necessary information and then show you where to submit. Hopefully this time it will record very well, no mistake. So as you can see on the top right corner, the applicant ID number, which means now your applicant ID number is required. You will enter your ID number as an applicant, and then mostly we don't necessarily read the information, but now I'm just going to briefly go through the information so that we all become aware of what is happening, why the consent form is so necessary. Application for financial assistance to study at a public university or TVET college. So this is the consent form for that. And then we read through the first paragraph. First paragraph, NSFAS requires personal information from agencies relating to the employment status and level of income for the parents or guardians of the applicant. So you see why they need the information. NSFAS is committed to ensuring that the personal information obtained from the third parties is treated confidentially and protecting the privacy of the persons whose personal information is made available to NSFAS. So which means now they are going to take the information and then search it from the employment status, which means since you submitted the information of your parents, they're going to check whether your parents are working, what kind of work they're doing, what kind of amount they're getting paid to correspond with what you submitted, which means now they are verifying, and at the same time they will protect the information. So they're not going to take the information of your parents or your information and then use it for something else other than the one thing that you applied for. Now, NSFAS is further committed to protect the personal information and to use that personal information in a lawful manner. You see now, so they're basically emphasizing that it is according to the law that they requested the permission to do the research behind the they do doing the research about the employment or the status of your guidance in income. Then from there, you and your parent or guardian or spouse are required to provide consent for NSFAS to use and verify the information you provided, signing this form. So by signing this form, you agree that, okay, the information that I'm provided is correct and true, that I provided the correct ID number, the correct parental IDs, and the correct information, which is the amount that they're getting paid, whereas they're getting paid less than 350,000 rand. You see, and if you are disabled, then you will show that indeed you are disabled. You provided your medical certificate which shows that you are disabled, or if you are a vulnerable child and then we are assisted by social workers, you will then also provide your letter from the Department of Social Work that shows that indeed you are an orphan or assisted by social work. So those things they must correspond. Then I confirm that by voluntarily submitting any personal information to NSFAS in any form, it constitutes an indefinite, unconditional, and specific consent for NSFAS to share such information with third parties and to obtain relevant information from the third parties. So which means now you agree that, okay, NSFAS, you can take the information and make a search behind or background check with other parties. When they say other parties, they mean now, since you provided the information with NSFAS, they are going to check it with Home Affairs, because the Home Affairs is where all our IDs are there in Home Affairs. They are going to check it with Umalusi because our metric are there in Malusi. They are going to check it with SARS because your mother or your parents is working and then they are paying tax. So they will check it with SARS, and then all these necessary departments, they're going to check them. Basically, they're going to verify from them that shows that indeed is this person a foreigner or is it a South African. You see, so that is what they're going to do, to verify and then to see that the provided information, it is indeed the correct one. And now from there they will provide you with the beneficiary, with the bursary. So that is one of the reasons. So I'm trying to explain so that we may all understand. So third parties include government departments and entities. You see, almost all the government department, The only private sectors is where your parents are working. Obviously, your parents, not every parent is working within the department sector. Some of them, they are working for private sectors, which means now that is where they will require to verify whether this person is indeed working there, you see. And then check entities, check credit bureaus, check institutions of higher learning, which means like Umalusi or your previous high school, and other agencies for the purpose of information validation, reporting, statistical analysis, credit and income validation to assess my financial eligibility, criminal checks, legal proceedings, audit and record keeping purposes, debt tracking and debt recovery purposes, securing funding on my behalf, and to verify academic and registration data as required. So it simply states that, okay, now you are applied for NSFAS. NSFAS now is taking your information since you sign and give them the approval to make a background check. Then now they are going to check that, okay, where are your parents working? They're going to check with SARS, are they paying tax, what kind of amount, what amount they are getting paid. You see, they check their credit bureaus, and they will check institution of higher learning, which means now they will check Malusi, and then they will check with your Malusi, and then they will check with your high school if indeed you studied in the high school that you claim, you see. And then from there they will check for report for statistics, and then check for credit, income validation, assess financially, and check your criminal checks, which means now to check whether have you ever committed any crime, do you have any pending criminal records, you may be arrested or escaped from a prison, you see. So they have to check. Then legal proceedings, they will check legal proceedings, that have you ever been committed or have you ever committed a crime before, or are you still under the provision of the like what would you of the let's say more like correctional services. Are you still under correctional services provision? They'll have to check that. Record keeping purposes, debt tracking, debt recovery, maybe you are bankrupted. Now they have to check everything and analyze, you see. And then they will check your record, academic record. So which means now if you studied in high school, the high school, they have all your academic records. How do you study? What kind of marks do you have? For some reason, they will even show you your behavior, what kind of behavior, or maybe some credits that you have. At the same time, they will check the registration of your university or college. So if you applied for a college diploma, applied for a university, a bachelor's degree, they will then check which university approved your registration, so that they may allocate the funding to that specific university. Then the personal information to be obtained from SARS shall relate only to the employment status and income. So from there we go down within the boxes where now we're going to have to put in our signature name. So the first box on the left hand side, there's a signature of applicant, which is where now we have to sign as an applicant. You're gonna sign as an applicant. Then on the right hand side, the date of signature, which means now you're gonna put the date, the current date. So if you put the date, that okay, as you can see, YMD, Y stands for year, the M stands for month, then the D stands for dates, today's date or the current date. Then you start with the signature of your father. So if you're registered as you provided the information of your father. Now we're going to fill in the information of your father, which means you're going to allow your father to sign here and put the exact date, similar date, and then you put your father's surname and then your father's initials. Then you're gonna put a ID number of your father, cell phone number of your father. So let's say now you didn't put a father, or maybe you don't have a father, or you don't have access to your father's detail, but now you have someone as your guardian. The guardian now is your grandpa, is your uncle, or a male guardian. So if it is a male guardian, you're gonna put their details here as a grandfather, or if it's not a grandfather, is uncle, or someone who is a male. Then we go on the second one. The second one is a signature for a mother. So if now you have both information, your father or your mother and the mother, or maybe you don't have a father or guardian, but you do have a mother, you're gonna put the signature of the mother. Then exact same date, year, month, date. Then you're gonna follow with initials, same name of your mother and initials. Then you put down your ID number of your mother, the cell phone number of your mother. So same applies here. If you don't have a mother, or you don't have access to details of your mother, but you are staying with a female guardian, which means now is a grandmother, is an auntie, or maybe it's a sister, someone, but this time is a female. You're gonna put their details here. So you're not gonna put the details of a female in the section of a father. The same applies. You're not gonna put the information of a father or of a male in the section of a mother. So you have to be corresponding. Then you're gonna have to now check for spouses if you have a spouse. So since now this video is mostly dedicated or mostly targeting high school students who just received or passed their matric, or mostly even if you completed long time ago but you were not sure how to sign in the consent form. So this section now is for spouses, which means people that are married. So we're gonna fill in, if you are married, you're gonna fill in here. The person that you're married to is gonna sign here and put the exact same date as you did previously, and then you're gonna put their initials, their surname and initials, and then write down their ID number, write down their cell phone numbers. You see, so which means now what is going to happen here, which means when you apply, there's a certain part where if you are married, you may provide your marriage certificate. If you are divorced, you may provide a divorce certificate. So in this case, you don't necessarily need to include a person that you are divorced to, but the one that you are married to. Because if you are married, there is your record in Home Affairs, your marital status, that indeed you have a marriage certificate. So otherwise, if you're not married, we are staying with someone, with a girlfriend, or maybe because the baby mama, or maybe you've been staying together for a long time, you may not put their details. But otherwise, if you feel like, okay, it doesn't matter, I can put my girlfriend here, we've been staying together, then it's up to your risk. Otherwise, even if you fill in other forms, property forms, or anything that is related to your signature or your details that is requiring or attaching your information, so it's not necessary to include your girlfriends, because girlfriends is not guaranteed. You may separate with a girlfriend, the next thing what you realize, the girlfriend is marrying someone else. After a few years, now as you put them as a beneficiary, what is going to happen? Some of the funds or properties or claims, they are going to fall in or go to your ex-girlfriend. So as I said, that if your ex happens to be an enemy, you will be now providing all your assets to your enemy. So you will be feeding your girlfriend or your ex-girlfriend. So if you don't have a girlfriend, or like you're not married, you just fill in that not applicable. End of story. Then I'm gonna do a disclaimer. So as you can see, this is more like a declaration form where I declare that NSFAS can do a background check about my information. So obviously you give them permission to check you. We have a criminal record. Are you a wanted person? Have you ever committed a crime? Where have you studied before? What is your academic record? You see everything, your address, your ID number, they will check everything. So by signing this consent form, I accept and understand that this application does not guarantee that I will receive NSFAS administer funding. I acknowledge that any personal information and supporting documentation supplied to NSFAS is done so voluntarily in order to facilitate the processing of this application. Obviously, if you want your things to be approved, you have to volunteer. I mean, if you don't volunteer, what are you hiding? You see, I have acknowledged that the information provided by me is to the best of my knowledge, both there and they are correct, both true and correct, and that I understand that any false or inaccurate information or documentation submitted may render the application ineligible, and I may be subject to legal action. Obviously, this is all about declaration. So you declare that it's more like, when you're getting employed and then you make a sworn, you swear that, okay, I'm gonna work accordingly, I'm gonna do everything accordingly, I'm not gonna cheat or steal, like signing an oath. This is only something similar to that. I understand and accept that if my application for financial aid is approved as eligible, funding is only confirmed and processed on receipt by NSFAS of valid registration cost from a public higher education institution for an approved funded program. Which means now, as you apply or submit this consent form, you may have to be aware that it does not guarantee that if you submitted this one, you are guaranteed, no matter what, you are going to receive funding. At the same time, it doesn't mean that if you happen to apply as the first person, it's going to be a first time, first serve. So it doesn't mean that, okay, you applied early and then the application is guaranteed that it's going to approve. They have to do a background check. If there are delays, or maybe some of your background check, they don't seem to correspond, obviously it may take delays, or it may get to a point where they don't consider accepting your application. So get to a point now, your application is stuck instead of being approved or processed. You see, or maybe get to a point where it is rejected because maybe submitted false information, fake ID, fake certificate. You see, it may get to that point. So that's why, to make things easy, just provide the relevant information. Simple, done deal. At the same time, it shows here that if you receive the funding from NSFAS, it is for a public institution. It is not for a private institution. So at the same time, you agree that the funding is going to pay for tuition fees, accommodation, all those things that will be listed. So if you're studying at UNISA, obviously you are going to get paid different than from other universities. So by signing this consent form, you agree and understand that That is how they're going to do things. Don't be surprised and be shocked like, I thought they were going to provide for accommodation. How come? You see? So which means now you have to be aware. Then by submitting this application, I understand and acknowledge and accept the terms and conditions contained in the NSFAS Bazar Agreement. So obviously you have to go by the rules and regulations. The NSFAS Bazar Agreement terms and conditions can be found on the NSFAS website. So if you want some conditions and want to understand, that is why we read through this. It's more like one of the rules and regulations. Briefly, they are showing some of the policies and clarifying. So it's a similar thing when you go to their policy. You will find it that it corresponds with what they said here. But if you need for further clarity, you may go there. And then the last signature, it will be applicant. The first one and the last one, it will be yours as applicant. So from here now, I'm going to show how to fill in this form. Because remember, it is a Microsoft 365 app. So this one that we are going to use. So from here, then now from here we're going to do edit. We tap in on edit. Then we have our pens down here. The first one, the second one, the third, the fourth, and the fifth one. So we're going to focus on the second one and the fourth one. It's either we're using black one. Mostly we are required to use a black pen. Then there's a blue pen. You may also use a blue pen for clarification. So I'm going to use the blue one for video purposes. Then now from there, if you happen to do a mistake, you're just gonna tap this signature here. It shows that you bring everything back. So after you're done with your signing in with the application, you're gonna tap the mark which shows that it is okay, done deal. If you still want to edit, you tap edit, and then you press T here on the top right. There's T, so that T which means for text, just press T, which means now you can write in the text there and then be able to submit anything you want to submit. So what we're going to do now, we're gonna fill in the information. We're gonna write IDs. So we're gonna tap here 1, then we leave space 1, 2, tap 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1. You see now there are dots here. We don't have to see those dots. 1, 2, press 4, 1, 2. Remove those dots there. 1, 2, 3. We press 5. 1, 2, 3. Press 6. 1, 2, 3. Press 7. So here you will be tapping in your actual ID number. You don't have to do exactly as what I'm doing. 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's 10, it's 11. 2, 3. It's 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Then one more. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. We have to remove those dots. We're going to put 4. So it must be 13 digits. Obviously, what we're doing here, we're filling in the information. Then we tap OK. Then we edit this again. So we have to adjust now the numbers so that they may all be inside the box. You see, exactly as I'm doing, that is how we're going to do. Adjust it this way and then put it like that. We can just tap edit. We come to number 3. You see, we edit, we come to 4, the minus. Then we do it again. There we go. Boom, all the numbers, 13 digits, are within the boxes. So we completed that one. From there, we continue. So if you don't have your father's information, what we're going to do here, we continue. We're using a blue pen, we write text. We don't have the information of a father, we just press and which means now not applicable. Then we put there not applicable. Boom, we are done with that one. We continue. Now what we're going to do, the signature not applicable, exactly as you can see. We put the signature of a father, or in this case this one, this is for the father, this one is for the applicant. So as the applicant, now what we're going to do, we're going to sign here. Remember, we have to sign in this one. So since we're going to sign, we're going to press the pen and then press it back, zoom in there within this place. You see, we're going to zoom in. We don't have to remove the page. Here we go. We press the pen. So here's my signature, your honoring. You see. Then from there, you press save. You go back as applicant, you did sign. Then now we're gonna add the date. So 2, 1, 2, 3. Press 0, 1, 2, 3. Press 2, 1, 2, 3. Press 4, 1, 2, 3. Wait please, which means now we're adding a month. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or press 1, 2, 3. We press 6, the date now. 1, 2, 3, 6. There we go. We adjust it, put it within the box. Boom, there we go, we're done. So the year is 2024, the month is February 02, the date is 06. Simple is like that. Then we go through again. So we go into the section of the father. So in this section, if you do have a father, obviously you're going to do the same thing, fill in the information. So now, but in this case, because we submitted that we don't have access to the information, so this is what we're going to do. We're just going to do not applicable. Put it within the box. We just adjust it like that. Boom, we are done. The next thing, another one, not applicable. We're going to put it there in the same name. Obviously, you have to put here someone's information. Is either your mother or your father. If you have your mother's information, just go straight to your mother's section, fill in the information. Then we show that okay, we don't have access to the ID number of the father. We press not applicable. We go to cell phone number. Obviously, we don't have information in the cell number section. That's how we do. Simple as that. Simple as that. You just have to adjust it to be within the box. You see, even this one we can still do it within the box. Simple as that. Then from there we continue, we go to the section of the mother. So in this case, you're going to give your mother, you're going to zoom in here in the signature, you're gonna give your mother this section to sign in. See, so here's the signature of your mother. From there you press save. We are done. Then you go straight to the dates. You fill in the dates, you press edit again, you press T, which means for text. Then you write again 2 1 2 3 space 0, press space 1 2 3. If there's a dot, we minus 1 2 3, cancel the dot. 1 2 3, we put 2. 1 2 3, we put 4. This is the year. 1 2 3, we put 0. This is the month. We put 2. 1 2 3, we put 0. This is the date. Put 6. So that's how it is. We take it to each section and then we put it there, adjust it there, just like that. Boom, exactly. So if you check the date here, it is the exact same date as this one. That's how it works. Now you have to fill in your mother's surname. So your mother's, let's say your mother's is your owner, and obviously you write in capital letters Y 1 2 3 space 4 0 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, you R. You see, 1 2 3, you put H. 1 2 3 O. 1 2 3 N. 1 2 3 U. 1 2 3 R. 1 2 3 E. 1 2 3. These are spaces. Then from there you go and align it. You see name. Align it there. You see, adjust it. Nice and clear. Nice and clear. You put it. So as you can see now, there's still some gaps within the U. You just tap in, you tap edit, then you press, you delete some space there within the U, and then you adjust it again to fill in all the information. You can see the space within the R. You just do the same thing. You tap in, minus the R, and then align it. You see, as you can see the R, again we just do the same thing. We minus R, then that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. Let's see. Put it here 3 times. Take your time. Take your time. You don't need to rush. No need to rush. As long as you're not spending money, as long as you're not spending, just make sure that you apply or send this within the due date before the closing date. So I'm just showing in case here you made some mistakes. So obviously they have to be within the box. So now we're going to do H. We take it from H. Then just like that, be patient. We are doing the right thing here. Then from here we take it from U. You see? Be patient with this. That's how it works. You just keep on stretching so that all the ways or the letters appear. Then you leave it like that. Okay, you can see that. Okay, it's coming together now. It's coming together with minus again. You see, that's how we do it. We leave it. Boom. You see, boom. We can just now adjust the O, otherwise the O is actually in the right place. Simple. You're honoring. So this is the name of my channel. But in this case, we are doing it as a example for a surname. The next thing what we're going to do, we tap in on T, we tap Y. We then do what? We insert it. This is the initial now. Y for a name. The next thing we're gonna put ID. We press text. Press 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, space 7, space 8, space 9, space 1, space. So you have to insert your parents' ID, your mother's ID here. Space 3, space 4, which means now they have to be 13 digits. You just align it. So it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then you can see that, okay, we still need to adjust it. Same thing. Press space, space, so which means we did about 1, 2 spaces, so which means you can just do 1, 2, 3, press 3 times for spaces. You see, so I'm now just literally doing 3 times, opening a space. There we go. Came together, boom, perfectly within the boxes. This is ID number. Simple is like that. Now what we're going to do, follow the cell number again. So cell number, let's say now is 021. You don't have to put a landline here. So we're going to take 0, 1, 2, 3, then space 2, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we put another 0, 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you don't have to be too quick. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. You see, just like that, just like that. Just like that. As you can see, what you're going to do now, open more space in between the two. So you have to make sure that you align within the box. Every number, every digit must be within the box, just like that. Boom. So what's going to happen now? We get to the section of the spouse. So obviously, for a matric student, you don't have, mostly they are not married actually. Even though you don't even need to fake that you are married. You're not married because you maybe require a marital certificate. In that case, you don't have marital certificate. You see, so just gonna put it just like that. You say, okay, I don't have a marital status. I'm not married. But if you are married with your partner, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Fill in the information exactly the same as we did on previously. You see, the exact same thing that we did previously. This is what we're going to do. Fill in the information exactly. So it is not applicable for a spouse. Then from there we press save. We go down to the last page. Last page is requiring a signature of the applicant. What we're going to do, we tap there. We go now try to zoom it in. You see, we're going to zoom it in the section where we have to sign. So we tap back to the pen. We sign. Here's your honorary. This is how you delete it. This is here. You see, your honorary. I'm just making an example. You press save. There is your signature there. We go to the final date. We press edit again. Press T. Same thing. 2, 1, 2, 3 space 0. 1, 2, 3 space 2. Okay, we remove the dots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. Put 4. We're putting dates now. 1, 2, 3, 0. 1, 2, 3. So I'm counting spaces. How many times that I'm tapping the space here? So you tap 1 space, 2 space, 3 space. You tap 0. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space. You tap 6. Then you take it to within the box. You align it within the box. Boom, there we go. You see? So which means now in this case, we can fix it by zooming in the page. You see, press edit. And then from there, as you can see, just press edit. Then what do we do now? Adjust everything to become together. Boom, that's it. Perfect. You see, you just adjust it to the bottom. It will just come around. Alright. It will come alright. Just put it there. That's it. Perfect. Then you press complete. So which means now we did the last signature. We put the exact same date. And then the spouse, you don't have a spouse. We filled in, we didn't leave the spaces blank. But if you do have information, you fill in information. Then your mothers or your guidance, your female guidance, they put their signature, their surname and their initials, the exact same dates, their ID numbers, the cell number. You don't have to put landline because it requires cell number. Then you come here for a father. If you don't have a father, or like you don't have information, access information, you put not applicable. You don't leave this place blank. But if you do have information of your father or any male guidance, you put their information. Then you do your signature, you do the exact same date. Then on top it is your ID number. From there, what you're doing now, you save everything. This is the document, this is the consent form. Finish and clear. Finish and clear from here. From here now, what you're going to do, you save it, and then you can save it to your OneDrive, write in the name, or you can save it in your files, cell phone files, and then from there we're going to upload it to NSFAS. So what we're going to do, make it easy, we're going to straight to the NSFAS app. So you have to download the app of NSFAS, then you will upload the information on that app. Because if we upload this document to the website of NSFAS, yes, you may upload it there, and then you may receive an SMS. The SMS that may state that you need to upload information, which means from there now you have to download the NSFAS app. Then you upload this information to your NSFAS app. From there, it will be completed before the 15th of February. So from there, we go to your Google Play Store. You tap your Google Play Store. This is where you will download your NSFAS application. So now I'm offline. We don't need to download it because we already have it. From there, here is your app, NSFAS app. After downloading the app, you log in the app. So in this app is a similar information, that the information that you created or logged in on the website, you're just going to use the same information. So you're gonna come here and press your ID. Press your ID here, and then from there you press your password. Here's the password. You tap login. You see. From there, what you're going to do, you tap login. You're going to log in. After logging in, you will then now see on the top right corner a bell, the sign of a bell. You tap in the bell. It will show you exactly where to upload. It will tell you that you have to upload. You tap there, you upload the page. It will take you straight to your files. So you have to allocate your files. Where did you save your consent form? So if you save the consent form in your cell phone files, you will go to your cell phone files, upload it. If you save it in OneDrive, you'll go straight to OneDrive, upload it. So same applies, just like that. From there, then you don't have to worry about anything regarding the consent form. So obviously I'm doing this for people who are living in rural areas, or even the ones that are living in town. I know there are other ways that you can fill in the information online, but I'm just showing this one, that you can use this one, the Microsoft 365 app, Microsoft Office. I'm showing this one so that you don't waste your money going to town. You go to print. You see, now I'm sitting comfortably in my own place. I'm filling in the form, submitting the form. The next thing, everything is going to approve. No stress. So you don't need to print. You print your form and then sign in all the detailed information. Go back and scan it to your email, And then you see it's a long process that requires money, transportation, all that energy and time. So you can just do this on your cell phone, smart cell phone, or you can do it on your laptop. Simple as that. So as you are learning in university or college, obviously we have to familiarize ourselves with online studies or online materials to make things easier, simple, and just like that. So this is your honoring channel. So now if you require more clarity, feel free to make a comment on the section and require, hey, your honoring, I see you did this video and then now I'm left out with this thing. Can you please help me out to clarify this thing? You see, so just leave your comment section a message there, or if you have any recommendations, maybe any solution that you think that, okay, hey honorable, I see you doing this, can you try this one? Or you see, everything related to the content, so feel free, I'll do it. Anyway, this is not the last video. I'm still going to do some more demonstration, make things easy so that we can all benefit. You see, that's how it works. I'm still going to do some more videos, but for now we almost made an hour explaining this video. So I'm making this for everyone that is concerning, or that is struggling, or that is willing to finalize their consent form and submit it. That's how we do it. From there, feel free to subscribe, and then I'm going to upload some more videos. Thank you.